So the next topic is the fitting of binomial distributions. In the case of a probability distribution, we have seen that we are finding the various probabilities for the values of x from 0 to 1 comma 2 comma till n, right? In that case, we are finding the probabilities for all the values from 0 to n. So in this case, in the case of a fitting of binomial distribution, suppose this is a experiment we are performing again and again, and if this experiment we are performing for the large number of times n, means we are performing this, suppose this is a group of experiment that we are performing, and this whole group of experiment we are again going to be performing for the n number of times. So in that case, we are going for the fitting of binomial distribution. So the fitting of binomial distribution aims to predict the probability, or we can say it's to forecast the frequency of occurrences for particular value of binomial variable. Okay. So in this case, we are going to be collect the data by performing a random experiment again and again, and from that data we are going to be find out the theoretical distributions for that binomial variable, and this process is going to be very easy if we are find if we use the recurrence relation. So what is the purpose of recurrence relation? The recurrence relation helps to gives you the relationship between the two different terms or the n consecutive terms. So in the case, this already you learn in the case of a discrete mathematics. In that case, you learn the Fibonacci series. So we are taking the example of Fibonacci series. So we know that what do you mean by the Fibonacci series. So Fibonacci series is nothing but it's the third term is going to be addition of last two terms, that is the first term and the second term. So we can write down this in the case of a recurrence relation as a of n term is always equal to the a of n minus 1 plus a of n minus 2. So this is the recurrence relation for the Fibonacci series. Same way we are finding out, we are going to find out that is there any relationship between the two consecutive values in the case of a binomial distribution. Okay. Suppose first we are finding the we are writing the probability function for the p of x is equal to x. So in that case, what is the probability function in the case of binomial distribution is equal to the ncx, then p raised to x, q raised to n minus x, and suppose next value is 1, so we can say that it's increased by 1, so we can say it's a p of x is equal to x plus 1. So this is always equal to the n c x plus 1, p raised to x plus 1, q raised to n minus x plus 1. Okay. Suppose this is the first equation, this is the second equation. We use the p of x plus 1 divided by p of x. Okay, so this will give you the nc x plus 1, p of x plus 1, q raised to n minus x plus 1 whole divided by nc x, p raised to x, q raised to n minus x. Okay. From this you can easily find out that if we only play with this term, so this will give you the p by q. Okay, so this will give you the p by q, and what's about this? That is a ncx plus 1 divided by ncx1 divided by ncx. So we are going to be find out that let's write this will give you the. So for this we can write down nc x plus 1 is nothing but it's a n factorial whole divided by x plus 1 factorial into n minus x minus 1 factorial, and ncx is nothing but it's a n factorial whole divided by n minus x factorial into x factorial, okay, into p by q. So these terms are going to be cancelled out, and since it's a, denominator of denominator, so it's going to be on a upper side and this comes as a denominator. Okay, so what will be the remain? It's equal to the we can say that it's a n minus x factorial into x factorial whole divided by n minus x minus 1 factorial into x plus 1 factorial into p by q. So if we further simplify this, then what will be the answer? It's going to be a n minus x into n minus x minus 1 factorial, right? Because we know that n factorial is nothing but it's a n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial, in this way, or we can say it's a till 1 factorial. Okay, so and this x factorial will going to be right as it is, okay, and this is going to be written as it is n minus x minus 1 factorial, and this x plus 1 can be written as a x plus 1 into x factorial. So we just simplify this term in this way, and this term in this way, so we can able to cancel out the common terms. Okay, so what is remain? It's a n minus x divided by x plus 1 into p divided by q. So it's a p of x plus 1 divided by p of x. Okay, and if we find out a p of x, then from that we can easily find out p of x plus 1. So it is always equal to the n minus x divided by x plus 1 into p divided by q into p of x. So this formula that we are find out in terms of a recurrence relation. Okay, so p of x plus 1 is always equal to the n minus x whole divided by the x plus 1 into p by q into p of x. So this is the relationship between the two consecutive terms, and this we are going to be used to solve the problems. Then we are going to find out that what is a formula that we are going to be apply when a group of experiment is repeated for the n number of times. This n is nothing but a group of experiment repeated for n number of times. Okay, so in this case, what will be the formula? Okay, so in this case, p of x is equal to x, which is always equal to the n into p of x. And what is the p of x in the case of a binomial expression? Is always equal to ncx into p raised to x q raised to n minus x. So if you find out for the next term, that is p of x is equal to x plus 1, then in that case you can easily find out by using this formula, that is n minus x divided by x plus 1 into p by q into p of x. That p of x is nothing but this. So in this way you can find out the fitting of binomial distribution. Okay, so in this case it is asked for the expected frequency, so that is denoted by using the f of x. So this is the expected frequency. So the last part is remains that if a frequency distribution table is given, then how to find out the probability and the value of n, because in this case the values of x are given, values of f are given, where x is nothing but it's a values of that particular variable, and f is nothing but it's a frequencies that variable is going to be that values of variable is going to be occurred in that experiment. So we know that this will be take the values from 0, 1, 2 till n values. Okay, and these frequencies are nothing but it's a random values that can be a 10, 20, anything. Okay, so how to solve such a kind of a problem? So in this case, from that given data you need to find out a mean. So first find out a mean. So to how we can find out a mean in the case of frequency distribution table is by using a formula, that is a summation of f of x whole divided by the summation of a f. So in this way we can find out a mean. Okay, and in the case of a binomial distribution, mean is equal to np. So we can equate these two equations. So from that we can say that np is equal to the this summation of f of x and divided by summation of f. Okay, so from that we can easily find out a p. Okay, so this n is the thing, but this last value of x, and these are already theirs. Okay, so we can say that p is equal to suppose this is a x bar, then x bar upon n, and from that we can easily find out a q. So q is equal to 1 minus p. Okay, then next, since we have to feed this data in the frequency distribution table, so to feed the frequency distribution data we have to find out the value of n. So this n is nothing but it's always equal to the summation of f. Okay, and then next we have to find out the probability mass function. Okay, so for that the formula p of x is equal to the ncx p raised to x q raised to n minus x, and next you have to find out that the expected frequency. So how to find out expected frequencies? So by using this formula f of x, which is equal to n into p of x, and this n p of x is nothing but it's a ncx p raised to x q raised to n minus x. So in this way you can solve the problem if a data is given in the form of a frequency distribution table. So this is about the fitting of a binomial distribution. In the next session we are going to be solve some problems based on the whatever the topics we are covered till date. Thank you.